Hey everybody, how's everyone doing? My name is Chris Collected. I am a queer subversive artist specializing in digital and physical media. You are watching right now one of my digital streams. We're going to be going over how to put some rugs together in our continuing lessons in how I make rugs. And so, to kind of conclude what we were doing last week, I told you it'd be hanging up. Looking pretty good. Bloop. It's hanging up. So this is a rug that I made. And what it is that I have hung it up there. So it is now permanently up there. Yeah. If you want to watch more of that, you can go watch last week's. But yeah, I said that I was going to hang it up, and I hung it up. So yeah, and we still have the one from other week too. I decided not to hang this one up. I was going to, and then it was a little tight in the back. It was a little tight, and I was like, it's better not to. I was like, just leave it as is. So this is the other one. They're real cute. Both of them are real cute. Oh, hello, Shirley girl. How y'all doing? Also, for today, we will be going over how to hot glue the back of these. Also, I want to show off, I did make, this is a zippered bag, no lining. And then this is a zippered bag with lining. Because I'm still doing the other parts of my company, you know? I mean, I will always be doing fabric-based things. In fall, we'll be doing a lot of fabric-based stuff. But for now, because I want to get the Patreon back up and running and everything, and so for that, we'll have some bags. And so, see, that one's lined. Isn't that neat? And see, the lining, isn't that cute? It's hot dogs and hamburgers and pizza and pretzels and all kinds of things, right? But that's a little lining for it. This is for commission, if you're curious about what I'm doing it now for, because I wasn't planning on doing this kind of stuff till fall again, but I was like, I had someone offer me a commission, and I was like, I'm a big fan of Umpties and stuff, so I was like, so I'm gonna send him these tomorrow. I don't know if he's in the chat right now, but later on, if he pops in the chat, then we will go over that. Also, at the end of the video, we will have an unboxing of this right here. It's from a company called Odd Birds, and it is 2 little towels, is what it is. And they're from Turkey. They're really cool. They're, if you guys weren't familiar with Odd Birds, what it is a company, and they import a lot of their fabric from Turkey. Handmade, a lot of this stuff is hand woven and all that kind of stuff. And so what it is that they had a huge earthquake really recently, and a lot of devastation, a lot of stuff. And so that company, because I mean, they get their fabric from there. So they're like, obviously, you know, they got to support these people. And so they ended up selling off a bunch of like their old stock basically for a lot cheaper than they normally sell. Because I mean, each one of these tea towels and stuff are normally over like $30, $40. Because I mean, they're hand woven, they're, you know, traditional towels. Okay, so these were like 20 bucks each, and we're like, you know, a little bit of discount, but also the revenue and the profits and all that go to Turkey to help out the people that were in the earthquake. So I was like, oh, that's really nice. And plus I've been like internet stalking these people because as I said, their stuff's really expensive, but also really high end, right? Because it's handmade, it's, you know, that's what I love, right? Small batch made stuff, that's the best. So it's like, I was like, I've been, you know, anytime I'm on social media, I'm like, what are they up to? You know, because they have $300 like bathrobes and stuff. I mean, they got real nice stuff. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch over to camera B, and we're going to go ahead and hot glue this little guy. This is one of the rugs. Oh, this is one of the coasters. It will eventually turn into this guy. Oh, on his little flap or something. We'll turn to this guy eventually. So I have not shaved him yet, and then, because that's shaved and everything too, and then he has a backing on it. But we know we have to, before we put the backing on, we gotta, basically what we're going to be doing is taking each one of these, oops, don't want that to fall. Taking each one of these, folding it up, putting some hot glue on it, folding it up, hot gluing, folding and hot gluing all the way around. And then afterwards, once that's dry, then we can slap a back on it. I can shave it, and it's ready for sale. So, let's switch on over, shall we? One last little look at my cool little rug, huh? Isn't that cool? Booyah! So, before we continue any farther, remember to smash that little like button for me. Smash that like button for me. I'll leave the Hulk here on the corners to remind you guys to hit that like button for me. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that as well. I will be coming out with new content all the time. And so I have not shaved this rug, so I did bring my shaver as well, so we'll be able to shave it afterwards. And this is one we'll be doing as well today. That will be Deadpool. But I figured we'll start with this little guy. He's a little smaller. I like putting on a little glove when I do hot gluing. Reason for that is simply safety. You know, I mean, you don't necessarily have to, and you'll notice that I have this little guy too, my little palette knife. And so we'll be able to hot glue. Let's see if we're working. I turned it on a minute ago. Ah, perfect. There we go. That's a little better. Left it on there and it hardened for a second. Huh. That's weird. But yeah, all right. How's your guys' week going? I don't know if you saw when I was doing the face up, close up there. I have a little bit of a red nose this week. So my house is extremely dry, and I forgot that in the beginning of the year, I actually have to get a humidifier out, and I didn't have a humidifier out, and so anytime I don't have it out, it like just drives my nose crazy. And I had got strep throat like a week ago, and was like never really healed from it. And I was like, what is going on? You know, I was about to go back to the doctor to like tomorrow. And I was like, literally like, I was like, what is going on with me? And then I was like, oh yeah, it's so freaking dry in my house right now. I was like, no wonder. And so I'm good now. I'm feeling a lot better. I've had like, the thing is like, it was like a weird like mystery illness. I was like, I couldn't pin down what was causing it. And I was taking all kinds of different pills, from headache medicine to, you know, Tylenol, sinus and all of that. And like and then I would go to the store and I'd be fine. And then I come back in my house and I'd be bad. And I'm like, well, something in it. And I was like, maybe it's the rugs. Maybe it's all this stuff, right? And I, just didn't do any rugs for like 2 days. And I was kind of just going around the house freaking out, like, what is going on? And finally realized I was like searching through my house and I found my old humidifier and I was like, oh my God, I haven't done this yet this year. And so literally put the humidifier on. 2 minutes later, I could breathe again. And I was like, wow. I was like, oh yeah, I completely forgot about my freaking humidifier. So I'm still not 100%, but I'm way better than I was a day or two ago. I mean, I literally was about to go back to the doctor and like, hey man, give me some more meds. Like, what's going on here? And now it's like, I feel 1,000 times better again. I feel back to good health. And I'm like, all right. So there you go. I mean, it took us what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes to hot glue that sucker. That's the nice thing about hot glue, is that it's instant. All right, you get it so much. You get it so much quicker. And I'm just kind of like pushing these little corners in and just trying to get them, nice and round. And so then what we're going to do Then what we're gonna do is take this. This I bought from Michaels. It was on sale. Obviously, you know, I've cut a piece out of it already, but this was on sale. I bought it for a practically 10, 20 cents per sheet. Like really, really cheap. And because it was on clearance, this was like for like their spring collection last year, and I bought it in fall, right? So it was on heavy discount by that point. And that's, you know, something that you can look out for if you're ever doing crafting. You know, this is, they claim that because it's beachy, right? Because it's like mermaid or something. It's like, oh, that's summer, so therefore they can't sell it in winter or something. But it's like, you know, I don't care. It's really just the bottom of my coaster, right? What do I care what it looks like? And I mean, sure, I want it to look cute, but it's like, it doesn't have to be, you know, be all end all, right? It can just be any piece of felt that I need. And it's already industrial felt, and I like that it has print on it too, because there's a little decorative to it. So we'll have that. Oh, you know what? This is gonna need another one of these guys. I always like to keep it solidly in there always. Maybe a little bit much, but that's okay. There we go. And so yeah, that will dry on there. That'll take a little while to dry, but that will dry on there, and then I'll cut that out, and then I can shave it. And then that one will be done for. And we'll have another coaster just like this one. So that's it. While we're waiting for that to dry, because I'm gonna be dry in a minute anyways, but while we're waiting, we'll do the other one. So this is Deadpool. I was gonna have 2 of these done this week, but as I said earlier, my medical stuff kind of prevented that. I don't have, you know, as much as I wanted done this week. So we're gonna focus on this instead. And so, first of all, you know, we want a kind of nice, even thing. I had a little bit of extra piece here. I'm gonna turn that upside down. As you can see, it has been glued. And you gotta see through the back, right? You can see your colors, you can see your stuff, and that's all right. You know, and that kind of gives us an idea of what we're doing. And being as this one is just round, you know, exactly the same as we just did with that coaster, just bigger. And so we're just gonna chop all around it. Let's say every inch, inch and a half or so. If something like this comes too big, you know, you can always trim it again. But honestly, if it ends up being a little bit bigger, it's really not that big of a deal. Like, you know, all you're doing is adding more in that way. Like, you know, you have not ruined anything if it's too big or too small, as long as it's, you know, enough to fold over, right? If it was like just 1/8 of an inch or something, I've actually seen some people, what they would do is they will sew it. They'll take a stitch and they'll stitch around the whole thing, and that way it won't ever degrade on you. Another way of doing it is, if you notice, I ran over on all of mine. You see that? You see that I'm saying there? So I went over it. So that's now glued down as well. Like if I tried to shred it, it's like it will go up until the point where I glued it, and then it won't anymore, right? So it's like, it's a way of, you know, do an extra 1/4 inch around your whole piece, and that will keep it from fraying as well. Because that's obviously the one thing you really don't want to happen, is to get it to fray, because then you're really screwed. Because this thing will fall apart, right? You don't want that. But now it's all glued though. Now it's a solid piece. Shouldn't have any problems. All right. So let's see. We'll start up here for you guys. And you don't have to use the you know, safety if you don't want to. I prefer it just because, you know, I'm a safety conscious guy. But if you want to risk getting burned, that's on you. Me, I like my stuff. And then also I have, you know, this little palette knife. I can always hit it down with too. Ooh, also, Shirley Girl, I do have some rough drafts of your commission that I will be sending you soon. And as well as CFL and Debbie do, I have some of your samples of what, because I mean, in March, I do want to be doing 5 different commissions. And so those 2 have already been claimed. And so I'm going to send them off like a sample of like, you know, like text, you know, like images on their Instagram to show them like, hey, what do you think about this? Also, if you, like, see, I did a little bit too much there. Just take your knife and you can, you know, snap that down and you don't have to worry about it, right? But yeah, so I am working on that as well. Also, just in case you're curious, I am using Gorilla Glue sticks. I liked them because it said it had a 45-second work time, and I like that it also said weather resistant. And so if I want to use it for like a coaster like this, right, that, you know, hopefully that will help make it, you know, better. So these are Gorilla Glue sticks is what they are. Also, expect a lot more YouTube shorts from me. I just published my first YouTube short today, so go check that out. It already has 135 views in one day, which is my highest ever view count on a single video in 24 hours. It's not even 24 hours yet. It's only been a couple of hours. So, I mean, that tells you everything you need to know right there. I don't like that. Okay, but yeah, so expect a lot more YouTube shorts. And in fact, some of these live streams I'm gonna make into YouTube shorts as well, which are only 1 minute long videos on YouTube, if you're not familiar with what those are. But I had been uploading them the wrong way, and so they weren't counting as shorts. And so they were getting like no views, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And so I looked it up and I had it in the wrong, you have to have the video in a certain aspect ratio or it will not be a short, which I didn't know that at the time. And so I just learned that the other day and redid one of my videos to be in the right aspect ratio. Because luckily I have a software program that can redo my aspect ratios for me. Otherwise I'd be screwed. So I was really happy that I figured that out and it actually showed up properly. And so I finally understand how to do it. And so that's, you know, that's my improvement story for the week, is that I figured out how to do YouTube shorts. And it's all about aspect ratio. It has to be in square or it has to be in 1:1, or it will not show up as a short. So there we go. Again, you know, and I do like doing this, like turning it upside down and kind of just like pressing it down. Oh, thank you. That short also has like a 15 minute long video that you can watch as well if you want the whole thing. It's me talking about being a Christian and how, you know, it is kind of a controversial one because it is talking about gay rights and how Christians are actually very pro-gay, not anti-gay. And that, you know, there was a lot of people stole the religion away and made it hateful, and we don't want that anymore. We want it to be a nice positive religion. So, you know, that was, I was looking at a satirical look at it. But yeah, so next, what we're going to do, because this is now glued up, so we don't need our hot glue gun anymore today. That is it for the hot glue. Wrong way. I want it that way. And so what we are going to do is shave it. Give it some shaving. One second. Let me move this hot glue gun out the way, because it's getting in the shaver's way. All right. Yeah, hopefully you guys this week went really well. I know Arizona, we had some thunderstorms as well, so that's always interesting whenever Arizona gets a storm, because, you know, we have a lot of transplants here and a lot of people that are not used to rain, and so obviously people kind of freak out always. Especially Arizona storms, they are very unique to this region, because we are in a valley. And so you have this unique mix of both north winds, south winds, east and west. So we get storms from literally every direction, and each storm actually kind of acts a little differently. So a storm from the north is not necessarily going to act like a storm from the east or the west because of the different mountains that we have and things like that. You know, so like for instance, if it comes from the south, then it's going to be a lot warmer, right? Because it's coming from Mexico. If it's coming from the north, then it's a lot colder because it's coming from the Colorado mountains. So it's kind of a unique situation here. And being as we've had so many people moving in the last couple of years, we've really, you know, the internet's always a buzz anytime we have a storm of all these new people that are like, is this really how weather is here? Like, what's going on? And they're always freaking out about it. And it's like, you know, us vets that have been here for years and years, we're like, yeah, no problem, dude. Don't worry about it. Because, I mean, I've driven through... Oh. This right here is, honestly, so I normally would use this guy. My big old Dyson, you know, just a Dyson cordless handheld, right? But that's going to be really noisy for you guys, right? So this is like what's called a lint shaver. And what it is it just has the ability to, you know, if you look at really, really close up, I don't know if my camera will focus on it or not, but it's basically, think of, how do I describe it? But a piece of metal with a tiny little cuts all through it. Tiny, like little, like we're talking a 1/16 of an inch. So I mean, I can run my finger on it and nothing happens, right? Nothing, I won't get cut or anything. But you put it on this and you can actually pull all that lint into a real thing. And this is technically sold for like clothing is what it's sold for. So it'll pile it all up for me. And it's sold for clothing is what it's sold for. If you say, put lint shaver or lint roller, that's what it is. And I bought it for $1 at a bin store because, you know, my grandma got me hooked on bin stores. And so I went to a bin store here in Arizona on dollar days, because one day will be like $10, then it'll be like $7, and then $5, and then $3, and then $1 days. And this is a perfect $1 item. And it's just, you know, a cheap thing from China. You know, some fake wood and some fake chrome metal, you know, very, very cheap product, but at the same time, does what I need it to do, right? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, all I need it to do is shave, right? It doesn't need to be fancy. So I was very pleased I got that for $1. I've been looking into them for a while, and every time I'm like, I'll see them for $5-6, and I'm like, yeah, they're not really worth that. And so finally I found one for $1, and I was like, oh, heck yeah. Brand new too. It was sealed in the bag still, so it was 100% brand new. But it should be silent instead of, you know, if I do this guy, all right, that's way too loud for you guys. Remember when I was doing the headset, I could mute myself, but for some reason, this little guy, it doesn't have a mute on it. I don't know where the mute button is. See, that is like there's like an on-off switch on the bottom. That little guy right there. But I don't know where the mute button is. I don't know if it has one. Hold on 1 second. I gotta clip them back on me. Okay. But yeah, so I don't know what the mute button is, and so I didn't know how to mute myself to be able to do that. And I was like, oh, well, I'll just use my shaver. Oh, you know, my little roller there. Also, if you look on this side, you see how the shape is pretty good, right? Whereas this side, you see how it's really messy? I actually pre-cut this side with scissors. And then this side I left alone to kind of show you guys what shaping looks like. So I didn't finish it 100% because I mean, it's still little bits here and there that I could get more perfect. But if you look how like, you know, that one's kind of like, it's supposed to be like kind of a teardrop shape. And then look at this one and it's like, you know, you could see everything. So what we do to fix that is you just take your little shaver and you shave towards where you want to cut. So for instance, we're going to start on the outer color. So we're going to push that color in and then we're going to cut it. And then we're going to push the color out and then we're going to cut the white. So whatever color you're pushing, and see, once we're done, we can always just shave it and that will pick up all that excess and we'll be good. But yeah, see, so if you want, you push it towards this way, this direction, right? And then you can get your black. And the reason why you're pushing it is you're showing yourself what is hanging over. See, like that white is going too far, so now we know to cut that white and we can get that better shape that we wanted, right? And this can take skill and practice to really, you know, master. Like I wouldn't say mastered it yet by any means, but you know, I'm getting better at it. Also, remember to smash that like button for me. Smash. Smash, smash. If you're finding my tips helpful or you just wanted something on in the background. Same thing on the top here too. We'll push that forwards and then we're able to cut the black. And then we can push the white forwards and then we can cut the white. And that will give you a lot cleaner separation. Push all that little excess off. And see, now you can see it's much more of a shape. The similar shape to this one. I mean, we're still going to mess with it a little bit. Get that shaver back out, make sure it's nice and even. And then we're going to do the same thing with the center as well. Basically pushing it out, and then we're going to cut that little part. And then pushing it inward, and we can get the black. Yeah, well, that's the Hulk. He smashes things. That's specifically a zombie Hulk. See, zombie Hulk. He has little cuts in him and everything, and that actually like glows in the dark and stuff. Because I love glow in the dark. It's like probably one of the main things that I collect is glow in the dark pieces. So same thing on this side. But see, you can kind of see now. You can really, once you push it, you can really get that nice and straight line now. Push the black out. And then cut it. And then push the color forwards. And then we can cut that. This one, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, if I'm going to sell these or not. The Deadpool was kind of more of an experiment of just like, you know, how do I do shapes and how do I do color management and that kind of stuff. So, you know, I'm not sure about if this one's going to be up on the website or not. We'll see in the end here if you guys have interest in it. I'm going to make another version. So there was two types of threads that I have. And so another one, this one, the thread is like every 8 inches, it's a new color, whereas this one is every 2 inches, it's a new color. See what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna make another one. I had said last week that I was gonna have this already done, but unfortunately, as I said, I wasn't feeling great, so don't have it done yet. But yeah, as you can see here, it's like a lot of red on this side and a lot of yellow and a lot of green here, right? So as the yarn was going, it was like every 8 inches it would change color. So you had a lot more red here, a lot more, orange. Whereas this one should be really rapidly changing colors over and over again. And I actually made sure with this one, because it's 2 threads, so I had to line up the threads together to get them to work. Whereas this one, I'll do it crazy. So just kind of something to think about for next week. I'll have that one going and ready for you guys. And then the one that I'm working on right now is let's see if I can redo. So I know one that will be available on the website is this guy right here. This is the transgender flag. So it's blue, pink, white, pink, blue, right? So white referring to, the boundary between these two. So some people are male going into female, some people are female going into male, and you have that kind of like blend in between them, right? They can be any kind of parts of this or anything that they want. But yeah, this will be available on the website. This is 20 inches by 10 inches. And then I have another one, see, as you kind of see it's like floating up here. There's another one down here that I'm making, and that one's gonna be for me because it's non-binary. So it'll be the non-binary flag, which is, hold on, I'll make sure I get the colors correct. I have it written on the other side. It's yellow, white, purple, and then black. And next week, we'll actually kind of go over some of this stuff because I have it written down, but I didn't want to do it this week because I didn't have it done yet. I was like, we'll wait till I have it finished, and then we'll worry about that. But yeah, so that's something coming down the pipeline there. I wanted to show you guys because on March 1st, I do want to be getting my store open there, and next week we'll be doing a reveal of the name of the rug store because I decided to name it something slightly different than what I'm already doing, and that's all right because it's derived from the same thing. Okay, so we're gonna keep doing that to the outside of this as well, and then this little Deadpool guy will be done. But yeah, it's a nice little rug. And then if you look at my Instagram, I actually have the rug that I'll be making like next week available. And what it is Bender from Futurama. If you don't know what Futurama is, it's a TV show, a adult animation TV show. And the main character, or one of the main characters, is a robot named Bender. And if you don't know something about me, I have a degree in robotics. And I got that degree in robotics because of Bender. I was so into that cartoon, I was like, I'm gonna be Farnsworth and I'm gonna make me a little robot and I'm gonna do all that. And then turned out robotics is extremely difficult. And I ended up ending that career. It was kind of like one of those things, is like, I loved it and then I was like, I never want to do that again because it was so hard. So he ended up inspiring me, but at the same time, I kind of moved on in my life to doing other things. But I still wanted to honor that part of my life, and so we'll be doing a Bender rug. And if you look on my Instagram, I have it available in 3 colors, because I haven't quite decided yet what colors I want to do it in. And so you guys can help me and go on my Instagram and tell me, do you want rug A, which is in blue? Do you want rug B, which is in, I believe, white, and rug C, that will be in black. So black, white, and blue will be like the 3 options for that rug. So you will be able to tell me which one you like, if you like any of them, or maybe if you don't like it, you can tell me another color. If you end up liking a different color, you said, hey, I would want that in purple instead, then you know what? We'll do it and we can maybe do a special one in purple there for you or something like that, right? So just something to think about, you know, if you're also a huge Futurama fan. They are bringing back the show this year. They have a new season coming out. It was on hiatus for, 6-7 years, maybe if not 10 years. It had been canceled. The show's been canceled 3 times, if not 4. I forget exactly, but it's been canceled a lot of times. And so, you know, I was very happy to see it come back. And so, you know, it's kind of like to honor that show and to honor, like, you know, my past. I was like, I'll make me a Bender rug. And it's going to be specifically for like the entry or exit to a door is like what I'm thinking. So it will have a little border around it, which is what the color choice is. Because Bender himself will just be Bender colors. But he's a robot, so he's kind of like, you know, silvery colors. But yeah, there we go. Let's get one more little shave going here. Because when you do use this guy a bunch, it does kind of, you need to end up like reshaving it because it will leave a little bit of like dust on top. Because it raises all the little things up. How's my music and everything else sounding? I cannot hear myself today. I still haven't got my headphones in yet. Get them to work. But yeah, all right. Next, yeah, 1 second, let me. Sorry for that being loud. I just needed to be able to do that so that we can put backing on it. So this will be my backing. This is just regular old industrial felt, and I bought it by the yard. It's about 44 inches. Oh, you know what? We did need the hot glue gun still. Because I'll hot glue gun. Actually, are we gonna hot glue this? It's gonna bleed through in hot glue. So we're not gonna hot glue it. We're gonna spray it instead. Gloves. This one's going to require 2 gloves. And then I always, if you notice, you'll see me doing this a lot. These ones are a little bit extra big, and so what I do is I just like twist them and then just like shove it inside. And that typically keeps it like nice and tight. I gotta twist it. Kind of like a balloon knot, you know? All right, so we have our piece here. And it's just a nice little felt, because this will be like a desktop one. This is specifically for if someone wanted, like, you know, a little desk object. You could put your Funko Pops on this. You could put, you know, your trophy for winning or something like that. Or a Deadpool statue, right? Something like that would be great. All right. So there we go. Now we got that stuck down. I'll take some scissors and just kind of rough cut around it. That way we don't have to have this whole big piece here. I mean, I can take the rest of that felt away. And so that will be nice and dry eventually. And, you know, we get the back nice and on there. And then we just gotta chop around it. Some people put the backs on first, then shave. Some people put the shaving first and then backs. You know, I honestly couldn't tell you which one is the correct answer there. I don't think there maybe isn't one. It's kind of just however you want to do it. You know, it depends on when you figure out what your backing's gonna be. But yeah, there we go. It's a little lopsided in pieces in there. Well, that's all right. This is just a little test piece, something for me to keep my little Deadpool statues on. And then to do a test to see if I liked it or not, you know. So if you like it, remember to smash that like button for me. Or how about smashing that subscribe button, even better. But yeah, so I was going to do another piece today, but I decided not to because I said I wasn't feeling perfect yet. But this is the next piece that we'll be doing, and this one's a little harder. As you can see, there are, you know, points to this one, right? A lot of points, right? If you don't know who this is Haunter, a hunter from Pokemon. Everyone in the rug making industry has to make a Gengar at one point. I believe it's law. I think it's required by law. I think everyone has to make a Gengar at one point. And so, you know, I'm a rebel, so obviously I had to make a hunter instead. Because, you know, your boy's subversive. So I had to do that instead, right? So this is my hunter. Only thing I don't like about it is I didn't have a darker purple. See, it's purple, light purple, and like pink, and then white for his eyes, right? But this is supposed to be like really, really dark purple, and I only had black. Because, you know, this stuff costs money, guys. So I was like, hey, you know, so we'll get there eventually. And this has not been shaved yet at all or anything like that. So, you know, don't judge it yet by the fact that, you know, it has not been shaved or anything like that. And there's a few errors. Like if you look right there, right, it's like these ones are a little bit inside of that. So, you know, we're getting there, like, you know, see a little problems here and there. So this one won't be for sale. I'll keep this one because it's not perfect. And I want the quality that you guys get. You guys here. You can't see my hands there. That you guys get. I want that quality to be a lot higher, right? So these stuff are, you know, test pieces for me to see what I like, what I don't like. This is the hardest one I've ever made because it has 1, 2, 3, 4 colors in it. I also made a separate hand piece. So that's his hand. Right, come and get you. But that's his hand. And you see, this is the thing here. Like, it should have been dark purple, and then that should have been like the top of his hand. That's like a shadow on it. So it's like a darker, but I only had black. So, you know, it's okay. And this one, we'll start with this one next week. On Tuesday, we'll do this one. Get that one all done. Or I might do it as like an ASMR video. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, guys, that's Hunter. Isn't he cute? Isn't he heck cute? And then obviously I will be doing a Gengar because, as I said, I believe it's mandatory. All rug designers at one point have to do a Gengar. Same thing as I have to do I gotta do a Pokemon. I have to do Goku at one point, or Vegeta. You know, like there's a few of them that are like the best ofs, right? Like everyone does it. And then also to remind you guys that I do still make fabric stuff. So if you didn't see earlier, I took a commission to make a zippered bag for one of my clients here. This is one I'm going to send to him that's unlined. And then this is one I'm going to send to him that is lined. And I lined it in little silly, you know, really silly stuff, right? And so that's a cute little bag that I made. He wanted it for, what he does is he has a Patreon where he makes stickers. It's his name is Umpty Scratch. He's often in here, so you'll find him if you stick around. He'll be here eventually. You know, a lot of live streams. And so this is something I made for him. He's going to be able to sell this to his patrons, and they'll be able to like put their stickers that they get from him in this bag. So it's a cute little like idea that he came up with. And I did it 2 different ways. Like, see, this one's tapered. If you look, see, that one's kind of like tapered too. Because, you know, I said, why not, right? Like, we'll do some different design work for him and then see what he likes. That being said, I have one last thing for today. This will be a little bit shorter of a stream than, yeah, the inside fabric was cute as heck, isn't it? And you know what? Bought this from Joann's for less than $1. Bought that from Joann's for less than $1 or so because it's remnants. I only have that much of that. I have, you know, 1/2 yard of it left. That's it, right? And the same thing as the other one. I only have like that much left of it. And that's like, you know, my size of my hand. So we're talking, you know, 12, 15 inches of it left. Because, you know, it only cost me $1. You know, the remnants are 75% off a lot of times. So I was able to go there, get something that I could use, and that way I wouldn't have to, you know, I'm not using any of my fabric up, and if he does like it, then I can always go to Joann's and buy the real thing as well, right? So, actually, first of all, before we do that, we'll conclude our thing today by, I want to cut this little guy out. And then we can actually shave him too. Why not? That will extend the time a little bit. And I can actually talk about these, because these will be available on March 1st as well. I was planning on launching them a little sooner, but you know, life finds a way, right, as they say. So, this will eventually look like this, but we have to shave it. So let's do that. Now, on March 1st, I will be dropping about 10 of these on my website, as well as a few of the transgender rugs will already be available, and the Bender rug will probably be available as well, right? So it's like a few of them will be available, and then I'll have 3 commission slots available, and the limit will be an under $50 rug. So that is, you know, if you're thinking, oh, I want to do a 10-foot rug or something, you know, I'm not there yet. I'm still kind of just starting out, and so I wanted to, you know, be honest with my customer and be like, hey, look, these rugs are going to be $50 or less, but also, you know, they're not going to be the best thing ever made, right? It's like, you know, we're still getting there in terms of, you know, making sure everything's perfect. But I did want to show you guys what I do to make one of these, because the price of these little coasters is kind of still up in the air. Part of the reason why I didn't release them this month like I had planned on was because I'm really unsure about the price. So originally I wanted to charge $25, my bad. Originally I wanted to charge $25 each for these. And I've since kind of like gone back on that, and I'm thinking 15 plus shipping, because 25 was 25 including shipping. And so I don't know, I'm kind of 50-50 on it right now on what I want to do. That's why I've been hesitant to do it, because it's like, I don't know, once I put the price up there, right, it's like, it's kind of, that's the price. So we'll see. On March 1st, we'll kind of see what my final price is on it. I'm thinking 15 plus shipping. And then I actually like to go around by hand as well. And also like on the back of it. Oh, you know what? Here, 1 second. I'll go just like that. Because I keep doing it too close to me and not close enough to you. So, you know, I do like to go again around it, making sure I try to get it as perfectly circular as I can. And same thing as up here, kind of, you know, chopping any loose ends that I find. because the shaver is not forgiving. You can easily zzz and zoot right into that thing, no problem. This thing will do it, you know? So sometimes doing it by hand just kind of helps make a higher quality product. So there you go, right? Now we have, you know, that one looks like that one now, right? So that one's done, ready to go. Eventually, I am thinking of, I actually have a stamp too. I have a stamp somewheres. It's here somewheres. I don't know where it is right now. I don't feel like looking for it, but yeah. So I have a stamp, and I'm going to eventually stamp all of these too with my logo. And so that way I'll have it nice and stamped as well. But you can see how much I took out of it, right? I mean, almost the same amount, really, right? That I've taken out of it. So now it's a nice, it's thin, but still thick, right? It's still pretty thick. It's pliable, you know, so I mean, but it should be really good for your drinks. Especially cold drinks. I don't know, you know, it is still, you know, a handmade piece, so be careful with it. For sure. But okay. Let's review what I did today. So I took this coaster, hot glued the back of it with this little hot glue gun right here. This is a standard hot glue gun. I then hot glued this piece, which is felt, industrial felt. I then put that on it and let it, you know, dry. I then cut it out and shaved it down. And after shaving it, then trimmed it up a little bit. That way we can get a nice, evenly perfect kind of look to it. So now we have a nice, you know, for sale, boom, ready to go, right? And then we did it with Deadpool as well. So we shaved this guy down, we trimmed his eyes, so his eyes and, you know, his face is really noticeable. The color separation is pretty clean. If you look at the straight lines here, you know, we got pretty straight lines. I'm pretty happy with this overall. And on the back, you know, eventually I can trim up. See, some of this will, like, you know, so I'll go around there, make sure that's all nice and sealed. And there we go, right? That's pretty cool. I also make bags, and I'm available for commissions if you guys like fabric commissions or rug commissions. Hit me up in my DMs. But say commission in the first, like, thing. If you just say, hey, hi, Chris, I don't answer. I'll level with you. I generally don't answer if someone just, like, says, hi, Chris, because I get a lot of ads or a lot of people that are like, hey, I'll increase your portfolio. All you gotta do is pay me money. And it's like, no, thank you. So, to finish off, as I started off saying, this is from Oddbirds. I bought this because it was helping the people in Turkey that had been devastated by an earthquake. And so they were selling some of these, which is, you'll see in a second what they are. And that enabled me to get something that I want, but also to be able to do something charitable at the same time. So let's go ahead and open this sucker up and see what it is. Now, I don't always do unboxing. It is kind of rare for me to do in my live streams, but I wanted to do it anyways, just, you know, to kind of tell you guys about, if you want, you can also go to Oddbirds and buy this beautiful stuff that you're about to see, right? So this is how it packaged it. Gorgeous, gorgeous packaging. So we'll go ahead and open it up. There's a little card up front here. Oh, isn't that precious? Okay. Yeah, very cute. It says, thank you so much for your support. And then this is care instructions. And so what it says is, for our Turkish towels, we strongly recommend a pre-soak in cold water for 4 to 6 hours before the initial wash, followed by a cold water. So I mean, all kinds of stuff. Because these are hand woven. These are very rare. So this was random. I didn't choose the color. This was a mystery box, which is why I figured I'll unbox it here for you guys. You know, nice little rope that they have it attached to. And these are just little tea towels. Now I'm gonna switch over to the other camera real fast so you can kind of get a better view. Whoop. There I am. So these are actually pretty big. I mean, you could almost use it as like a scarf, right? And then I like that it has little tassels on it. That were all, you know, hand braided. Little tassels. But yeah, it's a nice little tea towel. Very large. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that's pretty freaking big. That's pretty big. For a little tea towel, that's pretty big. But super cute, right? Handmade, hand woven. I mean, you know me. I support, you know, small local companies. It's what the brand is all about. And so, you know, this is something that it means a lot to me because I get something cute and important and, you know, one of a kind, right? But at the same time, help people. And so this is the other one. And again, very, very big. Super big. All right, I mean, that's me and it's going past my shoulders, right? So that's pretty freaking good. See? I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty big. There you go. We'll turn you back to vertical there. I turned you vertical there for a second. But yeah, isn't that cute? So this is from Oddbirds. Is the name of the company. And look at the little tassels, all hand done. You could tell it's all like hand done and everything. So cute. You know, this is woven on a loom, a very like old ancient loom, right? Very, very cute. And of course, also very long, right? Very cute, very cute. And then I didn't pick the colors out, but honestly, these colors are beautiful. I love the yellow and red and like kind of a brownish color there. And then this one is, you know, blues and grays. Actually, I might give this one away as like a gift or something to my brother or something because he would love these colors. You know what I mean? I thought about doing that. I was like, we'll do a giveaway, you know, eventually. I want to, once I get the store up and running for a couple months, then we'll start doing some giveaways. Right now, I gotta worry about myself, you know? But yeah, super cute. Awesome. Handmade, you know what I mean? That's what we want here around these parts. Also, I got my salty crew on today because I'm from the ocean. I was in the ocean within like 2 weeks of me being born. They just threw my butt right into the ocean. Can't believe that? But yeah. But yeah, so you know, I'm born and raised in the salty crew, so I had to get my shirt on today to make sure I rep the East Coast. I live in the West Coast, but you know, I'll always be an East Coast boy. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I loved it too. That was really cool. It's really cute. Super, super cute. And weighs like nothing. I read the reviews on there because they wear the whole bathrobes. They're like $300, but people will say like they weigh nothing. And this thing, I mean, it weighs like an ounce, probably 2 ounces. Like, I mean, it weighs nothing. Because it is thin, but honestly, so cool. And it's a hand towel, right? It's not meant to be thick. You know, but they do sell bath towels. That if you guys want Turkish-made bath towels as well. But it's from Oddbirds. They ship out of California, so basically they're shipping from Turkey to California and then shipping out of California because way cheaper than obviously, you know, shipping everything from Turkey and doing like a $30 import tax, right? This way they do a container of this stuff and can ship it to me. So much cheaper and easier, right? So yeah, guys. Oh, also remember, look at this thing. If you came in late, you little late people. I'm just kidding, come in anytime you want. But this is from what we were doing last week. I promised that it was gonna be hanging up next to my American flag. And so, you know, I got my little banister here. And so, isn't that cute? And it's gonna hang up there permanently. I have no plans on removing it anytime soon. You know what I mean? It's just gonna kind of chill there. Same thing as the American flag. I mean, that's always there. I'm an American, right? I'm always gonna be an American. I ain't going nowheres. You're gonna kick me out of this country. I ain't going nowheres. But yeah, so thanks guys. Thanks for watching. I have, you know, it says 4 people right now, and I appreciate the heck out of you guys. If you haven't yet, one last time, smash that little like button for me. Smash, 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 smash. But yeah, guys, that's about it. My live streams are only like an hour long. So, you know, if you want longer, then put it in the comments below and maybe we'll do that in March. I did want to launch the company on March, like the 1st and stuff. I do want to do a stream then of like what's called just chatting, which like we're just going to hang out. I'll probably just be doing some punch needling work, just like hanging out, you know, hand making one of these coasters from scratch, showing you how that's made and kind of, you know, inspiring you guys to hopefully go on the website and get one. You know what I mean? Hopefully, like, you know, hopefully, or maybe it just inspires you to make one your own. Whatever, you know, we'll figure it out. You know, I'm happy either way. I mean, obviously, I want them sales, but you know, we'll get to that. But yeah, guys, coming soon. Maybe coming soon, we'll see. And definitely coming soon. And it's still cute. And this is interfaced too. So this one's like bloop, bloop, whereas the other one is not interfaced. And so it kind of collapses and stay collapsed, right? Whereas the interfaced ones pop back out. So the interface is probably what he'll go with, but it'll cost a little bit more, you know? We'll see. We'll see what he wants. And if you want to, if you want to do a commission, and as I said, in March, I have 3 more slots open in March. I already have 2, one from Debbie Doo and CFL, you know, them kind of combined together there. And then the other one is with Shirley Girl. And I'll be sending you guys some stuff this weekend here about, you know, what the look is going to be and stuff like that. I downloaded the official City of Norfolk logo, so that's pretty good. Huh. That one, that one unplugged there. Whoops. Okay. Well, anyways, I guess my camera died there, so we'll end it here. Hey guys, remember to trust in yourself, honor yourself and others, and create a world safe for everyone. Okay? I need it. You know, gay, mixed race, non-binary, I need safe world. You know what I mean? Look at my nails. Look how cute they are. Ooh, I made this one different. Look, that one's glittery. See, they're different. Right. That way, so I'm scrolling on my phone, I can have 2 different nails. So I'm like, look, 2 different people doing it, you know? Isn't that fun? Well, yeah, guys, trust in yourself, honor yourself and others, and create a world that's safer for everyone. Thank you guys so much. I love myself, I love my job, and I love you guys too. I'll see you tomorrow if you want to play some video games with me. Otherwise, I'll see you on Tuesday, and we will be, we'll be doing the non-binary rug. So that way I'll have that available for sale on the website. Coming soon, guys. Coming soon. I'm so excited about it. So excited, so excited. All right, any other things? Love it, love it, I love it. All right, yeah. Hey guys, subscribe if you want to support me. You can also go to Linktree/Chris Collected. That's me. And you can go to my tip section if you want to tip me, buy me a coffee, that kind of stuff. You can also go to my website and buy, I don't have a sample of it right now, but you can buy other stuff that I sell, you know. And then on March 1st, as I said, these will be available for sale, and the rugs will be coming soon. All right, so make sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and turn on them notifications, whatever they do. I always have my notifications on my phone are silent, but I guess I'm supposed to say that, so do it. Haha. But yeah, guys, see you later. Peace out. Bye, y'all. See you on the next one. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, y'all. Trust in yourself, honor yourself and others. Great world safe for everyone. Bye.